Hey, see this? I found one way with which I can whiten my teeth instantly and that too at home.
What? Whiten your teeth instantly? I don't think you should be doing that.
So, what should I exactly do to whiten my teeth? See, I've seen all those movie stars and Hollywood stars who have like very white teeth. I want to make it look like that.
See, the natural color of most of us, teeth color will not be pure white. Some of the people they do have whitish teeth, but most of us, if you check, it will be slightly yellowish. And having the natural color of your tooth is fine. There's no need to make a slightly yellowish tooth look whiter. If it's like very much yellow and all, then maybe you can consider. Or if you're feeling that there are some stains on your tooth which you want to remove or something, then maybe you can consider these options. Otherwise, keeping in the mind that your natural color is good, that will give you more confidence. And that's fine.
So, what am I supposed to do? Is there any method that I can use at home?
Yeah, there are two methods which you can actually use at home. The easiest one, they are called as the whitening strips. So if you go to any medical shop, most of them they will have these strips. They'll be like small strips.
Okay.
They're called as whitening strips, and there will be a guide in that which will mention about the time, the duration that you have to keep it in the mouth, what you need to do and all. So you need to just take out those strips and put it on the teeth. Leave it for the time that is described in the thing, because every kit might have different kind of duration. Yeah, and sometimes you might have to have reapplication you will have to do. It will all depend, because these materials they have peroxide in them. That's what you need to remove. If you are a patient who is slightly allergic to that, or maybe you don't even know that you are actually allergic to that, even that can happen. Sometimes you might have sensitive skin, and peroxide when it touches a soft tissue sometimes can cause some sort of itching and irritation over there. So all these might happen for some people and may not for others. But then this is one of the easiest options that you can use. And the time might be sometimes around 10 to 15 minutes is the duration of application.
Okay.
So if you are actually applying it and you are sensitive or you have too much of saliva secretion, you might notice, right? Like if you're eating something, there's a lot of saliva that is produced. The same thing can happen when you're taking a strip and placing inside the mouth. It's like a foreign body. Too much of salivation, the strips will not stick to your teeth.
Okay.
So all these will affect the result. And also the amount of peroxide, that is what is the main ingredient, and the amount of that will determine, maybe you need to apply it once or twice or thrice. It will depend on that.
Okay. So, but how often can we use it? Like once in 3 months, once in a year?
The less you use it, it is better. Because see, peroxide, like I told you, I think you can read it up anywhere. It's not good for anybody in general. But if you really want to whiten some substance, if you actually take a removed tooth and put in, an extracted tooth and take it in a bottle of hydrogen peroxide and put it and see, in a couple of days you will see that the tooth will become extremely white. So people who use this is what actually happens. But it's not great for the tooth. I don't think you should be doing it very often.
So, is this the best method to whiten your teeth at home?
No, there's one more method which is actually more reliable than this whitening strips, because whitening strips is something which you're not doing under anybody's guidance. You're just reading out whatever is there and you are doing it on your own. But the second method is more preferred, because it's you can't tell it's 100% home remedy, because you need to visit a dentist for this. But it's like for people who can pre-plan and keep. As in, if you are on a habit of, you like doing it, you want to whiten your tooth once in a while, like in couple of months once, then what you need to do is just one visit to the dentist is enough. They will make a customized tray for you, which will be made within 30 minutes to 1 hour. You will get the tray. So this customized tray will fit only for you. It will be made of some material which you can carry it home, keep it with you, and reuse it every time. So the material you will get as like in a tube, you will get the peroxide material. Even they have the same thing. But then you can apply it on the tray, keep it in your mouth, and the advantage here is that you can even keep it overnight. Like you put it in the mouth and you can sleep, wake up in the morning, and then remove it, clean it up, your tooth will actually become white. But definitely, even this is not like every now and then you cannot do this. You should not do this. You can, but you should not. And one more thing is, since you're visiting a dentist, based on the condition of your tooth, they will be able to tell you whether you should be using this. If you are having very thin enamel, maybe the frequency should be reduced, or maybe which is the best material for you. They will be able to guide you.
Yeah.
The other one is like you're just doing it blindly.
This is the best or the most important part, because you should not be trying this without anybody's supervision. So if you go to a dentist, they'll tell you whether your teeth is healthy enough to use this or not, because if you are using it without their guidance or supervision, what could happen is your enamel might go it'll wear off, and then it might lead to more damage.
And the peroxide damage and sensitivity, the patient may not be expecting that.
Yeah.
So it's always better. The second method is better because we generally don't recommend much the whitening strips. We don't generally recommend patients to use. This other one is still more guided. Plus, most of the materials we will know which one to prescribe. So it's not like you're taking some random peroxide. We will know how much of peroxide is present in a particular thing, how much is required. So accordingly, we'll be able to give that.
Yeah. Now the next thing is, I have seen two more things. I've seen people suggesting activated charcoal, number one. Number two, using bleaching powder to whiten your teeth. So how does this work? Is it
bleaching powder?
Yeah, bleaching powder.
No. Bleaching powder definitely you should not be using. All these things, even people say that you put turmeric, even your tooth will become white. Nothing like that happens. Like on the skin, you apply turmeric to become
fair.
Have a glow and fair and become fair. It's not like that. Teeth will actually, nowadays the turmeric that you get, even that is contaminated. So tooth will actually become yellow and it may not even change color for some time. So that is absolutely not recommended. Bleaching powder. Maybe some of you are confused with bleaching powder and the procedure called bleaching. Yeah, that is completely in-house procedure. You have to visit a dentist, only they can do bleaching, and every person is not a candidate for bleaching. So you visit a dentist, if it is required, if it's applicable for you, and if it can be done or not, they will decide. And bleaching kit you cannot buy and apply on your mouth. In your mouth, it's not possible. And the activated charcoal, you cannot tell it's completely like you have for face and all. No, it'll just help you remove all the stains and maybe concentrate a bit and maybe a slight difference. But using an activated charcoal, everyday toothpaste, I think most of them are having that.
Yeah, some toothpaste I've seen, it says activated charcoal, whiter shades in 3 weeks and all that stuff.
Maybe some people would have used and they would have felt it, but it's not good because charcoal is also an abrasive. In a toothpaste, what is supposed to be there, in that abrasive content is supposed to be very, very low. And having charcoal in the toothpaste will it'll cause more abrasion on the tooth. So activated charcoal is not an option for whitening your teeth. And I think what you should actually remember is even if it's slightly yellow, there's no need to whiten your tooth. The natural color of tooth is not white, it's not pure white, and it's actually reflected the outer layer of the tooth, that is the enamel. It will just reflect the color which is present inside. The inside part of the tooth is called dentine, and the color of the dentine will be dark yellow, light yellow. Based on that, only your tooth will be having different shades. Like if you notice aged patients, they will have more yellowish teeth because the enamel will be little more, worn out. They will start showing the dentine. That's why they actually have yellowish teeth. So it's fine, and you can just continue like that. But if you're very particular, then yeah. And small things may be corrected with these customized trays. But if you are having lot of stain, then it may not work. You might have to go for bleaching, which is done by your dentist.
So to summarize this, if you have a little bit of yellowish in your teeth, that's perfectly normal. You should not be feeling insecure about it.
Yes.
That's how the teeth is supposed to look. Don't go by how Hollywood actors or Bollywood actors look and they have like pearly white teeth. That's not how it is supposed to be. It could be artificially done.
Yeah, I just want to tell that most of the actors who have like really white teeth, they are not real. They're actually using veneers, which is like a covering on the tooth surface, which will be permanently fixed. Even you can do it. But one tooth veneering will really cost you very high. You can manage it, but you don't need it. Then, you are not actors to have those pearly white teeth all the time.
Yeah, we'll be having a video on these veneers and how these things work in another video. But to end this, you should not be going for any whitening treatments, but if you want to go, you should go to a dentist and not rely on these strips, although the strips are good, but it is always advisable to go to the dentist and check if your teeth is healthy enough to go for any whitening treatments, and don't use any of those bleaching powder, treatments and all, which could damage your mouth and the teeth.
And any product which actually comes in the market telling that they are going to whiten your tooth with 2 or 3 application or some powders which you can mix with something and apply, none of these. Even baking soda, I've heard people say that it will whiten, but all these are not going to help.
So we believe you liked this information. You understood more about how to whiten your teeth and things to be done to whiten your teeth. More information in the upcoming videos. Stay tuned and bye.